We're live. Let me go ahead and do this right quick. Elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? This is Sandra Sheffred, your host of Racing the Races. I told you guys that we were going to do a show, talk about all of this history that's being made in the last couple of weeks. Like Sunday was from Sunday. It's just been like the whole time, right? So, but I like I said, it was going to be some candidates coming in. I sent out some messages for folks to come on. Candidate San Jules Olivo was the first. She's like, I'm here, I'm ready to talk to the people. So before I get into what I want to say, because you see she's out there in that hot sun putting in that work. So I want her to get her 5 minutes in so she could get back to doing the business of getting elected in House District 107. So go ahead, candidate Olivo, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, everyone. It's Christine San Jules Olivo running to be your next state representative for Florida's House District 107. I'm so excited to be on here. Thank you so much, Sandra, for having me on again. It is a pleasure. You are right. We are in history of the making. We're in the middle of history in the making. And I'm excited because the same year that I'm going to get elected is the same year that we're going to elect our first Black female president.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
I have not even been able to sleep since Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even, and you know what? So I'm here at a school. I'm an educator. I'm a teacher. Hi.
Yay.
And
Y'all getting ready to go back.
yes, well,
Yes.
actually, I've been teaching all throughout the summer, and
Oh,
our
okay,
kids put a show together for Cinderella, and so we have our big show tonight. I've got about almost 200 kids in this building behind me, and we're gonna put on a show. But I went up to one of the directors and I said, "Can you believe we're gonna have our first Black female president?" She was like, "What are you talking about?" I said, I
Today?
said,
That
I
happened
said,
like today,
I
didn't
said,
know that?
I said, Miss Marie. I said, I know that this production has been stressful, but you mean to tell me you have not lifted your head from the script to know what happened on Sunday? She goes, what happened on Sunday? I had to tell her.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is crazy, but the look on her face, she was like, wait a minute, Biden stepped down? I said, it's not that Biden stepped down. He passed the baton.
That's right.
He passed the
That's right.
baton. And that's what we need to get used to, passing the baton to leaders that can rise to the moment. And the moment is now. The moment is now. So I don't want to hold you up. I could talk all day about it. But I will say, if anyone's in North Miami, we've got an amazing show of Cinderella tonight at 7 at Holy Cross,
All
right
right.
on 6th Avenue. I love you all. I am here for the people and I'm here for the next generation. That's why right now I'm here with the children. But tomorrow I'm hitting these streets. Remember, Christine San Jules Olivo, punch number 35 for your next state representative for District 107.
And that's Miami Dade. They do number. They have the names and they
Yeah.
have the numbers, and it's a
Yeah.
competitive race. And you can see she's doing the work. The show started at 5:30, and she was the first one on the screen. I'm telling you, and that should say a lot to
Yes.
someone that you want. You want that person to be on the ready when you make that call. They're ready to answer. And I'm
Come
telling
on.
you, this was with very little notice. This was like
Come
I was
on.
like, she's like, what time? When? Right now? And that's it. And then she was like, I'm in. She was in here before me. Okay, so these are the types of things that we need to see. Those are the type of people that we need to send to Tallahassee to put in this great work. And we're in this historic moment, and let's let that go from the top to the bottom. That got to go from the top
Yes.
to the bottom, everybody, because this is everything. And we're here. We're excited.
Yes.
Tell us your information so they can support you, continue to support you, because you're August 20th. Like people need to
August 20th. Yeah.
get it.
So if you go on my Instagram at Christine FORFL, you can also find me www.christineforfl.com. If you go on my Instagram or on my Facebook, you're going to see a music video. I did a music video to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us.
Not like us.
Please share it. Did you see it?
No, not yet. I'm gonna go see it though. I'm gonna go see it. I gotta go
Listen,
see it.
I'll
Yes.
even pay for some airtime so you can air it during your show. It's such a good video.
Okay.
Share it and let's get the word out because the main message in the video is that we've got to vote.
We have to
We have to.
register and vote. Register
Yes,
and vote.
it is our right, but it's also our duty.
Hmm.
Please, no matter what, vote. I would love it for you if you would vote for me. But all that matters to me right now is that you actually participate in the democratic process. So thank you. God bless you. And don't forget, Christine San and Jules Olivo, District 107.
Number 30,
35.
35. That's what's up.
It's almost like 305. Just take the O out.
That's
35.
right. 3 or 5 all day.
All day, all day.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you so much for hopping on. All right, y'all. So she's out there doing that work. If you're on 6th Avenue near Holy Cross, go see Cinderella. Go watch them students do that amazing work, all the efforts that they put in all summer to get this performance done. Go and check them out if you have some time. I know, like, I think the Monday was the last day to register to vote or something like that for the primaries, but you can still register to vote in the November election. Please go ahead and do that. I think you can still request your vote by mail ballot up until August the 8th, I believe it is. Please go ahead and do that too. But if by that time you're getting it, early voting is going to be in progress already in Dade County by that date, because their early voting period starts August the 5th, and I believe it ends on the 18th. You have to check with the Miami-Dade Times because it's a different time every day if it's during the week, on the weekend. But in Broward, our early voting starts August the 10th, and it goes until the 18th, and it's going to be from 10 to 7. And during early voting, you can vote at any location. It's just that on the day of election, if you wait until August the 20th, you actually have to go to the site to vote. You have to actually go to the location that's on your voter's registration card in order for you to vote. I have another candidate that's telling me that they're gonna come in a few minutes, and as soon as they come in, I'll bring them up on the screen. When I tell you that there's a lot that's supposed to be happening, that's happening, that's going to happen, that's going on. It's a lot. But most of it is really good stuff, though, right? Right before I got on, it turns out that Broward County actually became an A district, right? It became an A district. That was with the great work of, like, principal, educators, the students putting in their efforts. So, that's something that happened. And, we were already talking about the historic moment that we're living through right now, with the possibility, what I'm going to say, the reality of Kamala Harris becoming the first African-American, African-Indian, Indian female president of these here United States of America. It helps significantly that her opponent is, to me, shouldn't even be shouldn't be considered to be eligible for this job, because I know people with misdemeanor charges that can't get a job, let alone somebody that's a 34-time convicted felon. I don't see how they're able to have the top job in the United States of these here Americas. Okay. So, we definitely need to talk about that. I got like 2 other wonderful folks that are coming in. I see May Smith and Rebecca Thompson are coming in, but I'm going to bring Rebecca up first just because Rebecca's race is happening August the 20th, and May has a little bit more time. So May, just hang in there for me just a little bit. She could hear me. Y'all can't. And so I'm going to bring up Rebecca, and she's going to talk to you guys, introduce herself, and have you tell you why you need to put in vote for her on August the 20th. No, actually starting August 10th, but no later than August the 20th. I'm bringing up Rebecca Thompson, candidate for school board, seat 2. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, everything's good?
Everything's good. Everything's busy because we also have the League of Women Voters at 7.
Yes.
So I'm trying to finish dinner, but I'm so happy to be on here. So I'm running for District 2, which is Miramar, Southwest Ranch, most of Miramar, most of Pines, all of Southwest Ranches, and a small portion of Davie and Cooper City. I'm a mom of 3, so I have an 8, a 6, and a 3.5-year-old. I remember their ages, I promise. And have over 10 years of experience in community social work, including as a Broward County School Board member. So what I really want to do is refocus our board back on our students, making sure we have high quality academic programs, and creating more opportunities for vocational technology programs like we have in Miramar High School. And also Everglades High School has like a firefighters training program. I just met some people that were doing it last weekend when I was canvassing, and also bringing back our community voice to District 2, especially when we're talking about repurposing, reclosing, redefining, like whatever that is. I really think our voice needs to be in it, and it needs to be looked at as a complete district-wide solution, but definitely everyone's voice needs to be a part of this solution. I'm running against someone who doesn't live in our district, who I've heard does not visit the schools when I talk to teachers, principals, stuff like that. And I just really want to be a full-time advocate to make sure that all of our schools are great for our kids.
Thank you. And so what are your thoughts about Broward County becoming the A district? That was the news that I heard today. I mean, I have not been able to watch the 11-hour board meeting that happened on yesterday. I've gotten some highlights and some lowlights from it, but this is more about the candidates coming to shout themselves out. So, but since that news came out and you're running for school board, what are your thoughts on that? And how do we continue that?
Yes. So I think it's obviously super exciting. I think we need to commend all the teachers and principals, assistant principals, paraprofessionals who made that possible, because that wasn't really the board doing it. It was the people in the schools like putting their hard work into it. Mm-hmm. So I think we need to look at the schools that are really excelling and seeing what they're doing and how we can duplicate that in our D. I don't think we have F schools, at least.
There might be
a couple,
but not enough that it
would skew it
the district.
Yes, but making sure that we are replicating what the top schools are performing and bringing that across the board to every district to make sure that we are allocating our resources to everyone.
Absolutely.
And I think that's another reason we should be increasing teacher pay. If we are now an A district, again, it wasn't the board that brought us there. It was the people working in the schools. So how can we make sure that they stay? The principals stay, assistant teachers, everyone. How can we make sure that this is a great place to work and they can survive in Broward?
And continue to work, because that's what you said. They make it a good place to work, because people usually don't leave their jobs. They leave management, right? So they get dissatisfied with the way places are being run and what the managers are putting them through. So like if we can get some good management there, they know that they're supported, they know they feel supported, then they'll stay and then continue to do this great work for everybody. And that's what we need to see.
Yes.
I agree. So thank you so much for hopping on. Give me put your information in the chat, or if you want to tell it to me so I can put it in so people will know that you checked in. And they got to get ready. Early voting starts in Broward County August the 10th, and it goes through the 18th. The hours are from 10 to 7. And August 20th is the last day you can vote for the people during the primaries. Not the first day, it's the last day you can vote. So think about the earlier days, because then you have more options of where you can vote. Whereas if you wait until the 20th, you actually have to go to your precinct to vote on that day.
And if you have your vote by mail, return it. There's still time that they can ask for vote by mail, but I probably wouldn't trust it much past, like, what are we in the 24th? Much past like 27th, really. But I also don't, mail makes me nervous. So.
Right. And I mean, I get my vote by mail ballot just so I can know what's on it. So when I go in, all I'm doing is checking off the boxes and getting out of there. So
I do that for the judges, because I feel like you never really hear about judges. So I want to take my time and ask people I know and community advocates. So I do the same. My ballot's actually on the floor next to me. So same thing.
I got mine too.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, and get ready. And I'll probably hop on the league. I'll probably be on the league one too, just in a little bit, just to hear what you guys have to say, because they're doing this over 2 days. The League of Women Voters, they're doing 1 and 2 today, right?
1 and 2 today. It's 7 to 8. No, and then they're doing
3, 5, and 9 tomorrow.
So that might be longer, but ours is just 7 to 8. We got a little.
Oh, you're talking about the time? I'm sorry, I thought you. Yeah, so from 7 to 8, it'll be 1 and 2, and then tomorrow they're doing 3, 5, and 9. That's District 3, 5, and 9 tomorrow. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. So Tom Vasquez has just joined us, but May Smith has been waiting. So I'm gonna get May on, and then you can hop on, Tom. All right, we bringing May Smith, candidate in Lauderhill, to the stage. How you doing, May? C4.
I'm
What's
good,
up?
Sandra. How are you?
How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you so much. As my name say, I'm May Smith, candidate for Lauderhill seat number 4. I've been in the community nearly 25 years. I've run before and never stopped running and doing the things I need to do to make sure the quality of life of residents in Lauderhill are better than they were before they met me. So I'm looking forward to the vote. I'm kind of rushing because I got a meeting to go to, but I just wanted to pull over real quick and stick my face in and put my name out there and ask people to remember me to vote in November. I will not be on the August ballot. I'll be on the November ballot for seat number 4 in Lauderhill.
Thank you. And since we got you here, real quick, tell us what your thoughts are on this historic moment that we're a part of. Your name is gonna be on the same ballot with Kamala Harris. What do you think about that?
Oh, I am over the top excited. I just know we're going to pull it off, and I'm encouraging people to tell those young folk who had different ideas about who they are going to vote for. Parents, grandparents, get those young folks an absentee ballot. You are allowed to call in for them, and let's make this history go all the way to the top. We
From
can
the
do
top
it.
to the bottom. Yes,
We can do it, but we have to encourage our young folks. A lot of them don't want to go out, so encourage them to fill out the ballot. Fill it out, and we'll take it in for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. It's going to be historic. You're going to have to get them to give you an extra copy of that ballot so you can frame it and
I
like
know,
put it on
right?
your wall. So they're going to
I
have
know.
to
I
find.
was like, oh my God, she's doing it. She's doing it. We're gonna do this thing. That's so
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, yes. They got to get you an extra copy so you can frame that and put up in your house, and that'll be there for generations to come. So amazing.
Absolutely. I'm holding on to it.
Thank you so much, May Smith,
All right.
candidate for Lauderhill seat 4. She'll be on the November 5th ballot. We're definitely gonna bring her back before then, so we'll have a full conversation. And then, so we got some more people in the waiting room. I'm gonna bring them up in order. And so, thank you so much, May. You can have yourself a great day and be safe and get to your next meeting.
Thank you. Have a great one. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye. All right. So the next person. The next person we have coming to the floor is Tom Vasquez. So someone else is there too. Windsor Ferguson is also here. He'll come up, but I'm going to add Tom Vasquez. He's a candidate for the at-large seat with school board. So let me bring him to the stage. How you doing? And all
hey,
the people,
Sandra.
they
Hey,
busy.
everybody racing the races. How you doing out there?
What's up? What's up? Y'all busy because everybody in the car going from one place to the next. So y'all out here putting in the work.
Yeah, we're trying to get around. I'm actually trying to help right now. I got to give me a little lunch, a little dinner before I keep on to the next event. But I want to just say hi to everybody and thank you for the opportunity, Sandra, to just come in and just say hi.
Yes, yes. And you're running for the at-large seat against Debbie Hickson. You know, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So for everybody, just a quick download. Yeah, it's a quick download. So I'm running for countywide at-large District 9 seat. It's a big race, right? It's all over the county. So wherever you are out there and race for the races, you're gonna be able to chance to vote for me. And I'm your change agent. I'm the candidate that's coming in with fresh ideas, new ideas. If you're not for status quo, then you're for Tom Vasquez. I got a lot of experience in the world of education, a lot of experience and background in business, and I'm all for the kids. I think our kids have unique. Every kid is a gift, is the way I look at it. Each one of them has a potential to be something great in this world, and I'm a living story about that. I was a trouble kid, not doing good in schools, bad, kind of just getting in trouble all the time. So I made it, but I came from some bad streets, but I made it all the way up to Wall Street where I'm working at now. So I think our kids need examples like that so they can see that, look, this is the way how to get there, because I'm an example and I did it. So I want to give the kids opportunities. I want to bring corporate America a little bit closer to our kids so that they can see what because you can't hit what you don't aim at. So at least they can get a visualization of what it is to live that kind of life and get that far and just show them the way to go. So I'll be your change agent for you. I'm also big on ESC and our special needs kids that are out there. They need a lot of support, especially in the budgetary discussions. And again, if all this is for you, you ready to make schools what they were supposed to be. You know, a lot of schools are having a lot of trouble out there. Then I'm the guy for you.
All right. Thank you so much. So what are your thoughts on Broward County becoming an A school district?
You know, I got to give a lot lot of congratulations to a lot of people. Put a lot of work in that. It took help from all angles. Everybody had to contribute to that, and then there's a lot of applause and credit that needs to go around for that. But even though we're an A district on state level grading out, there's a lot of work to be done. It's one of those things that, yeah, we might be A graded, but not everybody feels like it's an A grade, right? I mean, it depends on where you at. So for that group of people, I'm with you. We're gonna make sure that we take care of those schools that need help. We're gonna take care of our disparities that are out there. Bring a lot of expertise on how to do that too. But I'm sensitive to that, and we're gonna make things the way they should be for all of our kids.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. That's right. So Tom Vasquez, District 9 countywide, he's going to be on everybody's ballot on August 20th. It's only 2 of them in the race. That one's not going to make it to November. It's whoever got the highest number at the end of that session. That's it, right? That's it. You will know on August 20th if you're the next representative for Broward County School Board at large, representing everybody. Represented everybody. All right. So thank you so much.
Let's go for the change, Broward. Let's go in a new direction. Thank you, Sandra.
That's right. Have a good one. Have a good one. Bye. All right, so I usually do the intros. All right, we got Windsor Ferguson. He's running for Broward County School Board seat 5. He's running for Broward County School Board seat 5. He's been on with us before, and I saw him, and I was like, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna have people come in, check in, give them 5 minutes to reintroduce themselves to folks, tell them what's going on in order for them to vote. So you have the floor, Mr. Ferguson.
All right, my name is Windsor Ferguson. I'm running for School Board member District 5. I'm here to bring about a change. I'm here fighting to save our children. I'm big on community engagement, community transparency, community, I need your help, for us to try to be more proactive than reactive. We need to be involved in what's going on with our children. But not only that, I am looking to have equality for high quality learning all across the district, especially in my district. Sometimes we get the short end of the stick. Sometimes we are left behind on our resources. And it's time for us to get the same quality books, resources, staff, and everybody, especially ESC, that they're getting out west and in other districts. But finally, also, I want to talk about financial accountability, Sandra. As a taxpayer, all of us should be concerned about the smart bond money, that $800 million. What happened to it? What are we going to do moving forward as being accountable and being good stewards of our taxpayer dollars? We already have to pay back $108 million to our charter schools. Those events should not be happening. So I'm here to bring that to the table. I got experience. I was a manager with Publix for 36 years. I know how to manage inventory. I know how to hire, how to fire, how to do and hold people accountable so we can move forward in a positive direction.
Yeah, so you just heard the school board is now an A district. What are your thoughts on that?
I am glad that we're A district. Shout outs to Dr. Hepburn, Dr. Licata, and Dr. Smiley. Really, Dr. Smiley putting a system in place to help us move forward towards this. It's great. And now we have to prove that consistency in doing that. So yes, we're going to be working with the schools to still need to come up and stay consistent and continue to move forward. So I'm excited about it. It's a great day for Broward County, but for people wanting now to come to our schools because we are A-rated.
And if you get on the board, what will be some of the priorities that you want to see happen on the board, and how is it that we can continue this momentum?
One of the priorities I want to see is beginning to seek out high quality teachers, but also begin to get our facilities in shape. I said it once before, Parkway Middle School is still in limbo, and we have other facilities that roofs are leaking, our stadiums are leaking. So we need to bring about a great image in the eyes of our customers. And we also need to get to a point where we're working on marketing and advertising, trying to get more students to our schools, so we won't have to be concerned about closing schools. So that's a big thing for me, how we're going to market the great things that we're doing here in Broward County to try to get students excited about coming over. So let's get competitive to compete with our charter schools, to compete with our private schools.
Thank you. So give me your website information so I can put it in the chat so people can go and check out your website. Maybe they can help you volunteer, because when early voting starts on August 10th, you're going to need people at all these locations. I think it's about 30 of them somewhere. So you want to have, you want to be represented. Well, because you have a seat that's not countywide. So they'll be all in district. Is it all just in District 5? The balance in District 5. So I don't know, maybe you need like folks at like 7 to 10 locations so people can volunteer, if they can make a donation, because it's not, even people are doing the work. It's not free to do this. So, if you guys can help out, go ahead and help out. So give me the website or the page that you want me to add to the chat in order to have folks go and check you out and see how they can show their support.
They can show their support at Ferguson, FERGUSON, 4, B as in boy, C as in cat, P as in Paul, S as in Sam at Gmail. I'm sorry.
The website.
The website.com.
Okay, so www.ferguson4bcps.com. And I guess if y'all want to holler at him, it's Ferguson 4bcps@gmail.com is how you can
reach out. Email me. I need volunteers, Sandra. I got 7 locations I'm going to cover. So I can get all the volunteer help I can get, because we're going about making a change. We need to save our children. So let's come out. Let's get involved. Let's make a change in Broward County.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping in and letting people know that they have options for District 5. Actually, all of the seats are contested. So check it out. Do your research, go to folks' website, take your time, talk to them. If you got questions, he put his email out there. You have the website. There's a way to contact the administrator so you can send your questions in there, and hopefully you'll get the response that you're looking for.
Sandra, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I want to squash the rumor out there too. That
you want to squash a rumor?
Yeah, the word on the street that I'm an advocate for Moms for Liberty is not true.
I saw that.
Yes, I was on the forum, but I was there to say that Black history should not change. I was there to say that we should not have these books. It's not age appropriate being taught to our 3rd graders, our 6th graders, talking about anal sex and sex positions. Those books shouldn't be in our libraries. But our history should remain the same. Teach it the way it is. That's my truth. And I was there to talk about that. So I hear my opponent or whoever is putting it out there that Mr. Ferguson is the advocate for Moms for Liberty. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Look at the whole story. If they want to know, they can email me. You just give me my email address. But that's not true. I am a Democrat. I'm born right here in Fort Lauderdale. I am a Black American. I'm proud of that. And we're not going to change our history, which defines us.
Exactly.
So I want to put that out there.
And I'm glad you addressed that, and I was a little conflicted with that, because I was having a conversation with someone, about that same topic. And they basically said, you know what, there are people that are supporters of that particular organization that live in District 5 too. I guess they must, they probably do. And if you have an opportunity to speak to all of the people in the district, sometimes you have to take that opportunity and be in uncomfortable spaces. Now, are there sometimes pushback, blowback as a result of it? Yeah, sometimes you get smoke for it. However, when you get on a board, you're going to be speaking for everybody, and that's actually one of the voices that's in the community that has to be taken into consideration when decisions are being made. So I understand that. I appreciate that you making that point out there, but I also understand how you may want to have presented your perspective in a forum that's going to introduce you to other voters that are also part of your district.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, Sandra, because as a bishop for one in the Lord's church, I talk to everybody. It doesn't mean that I support them or they support me, but I have to have conversations to say what is right. And some people don't like it. Sometimes there's a blowback, but I have to speak my truth to let them know what I stand for and what is the right thing to do. So sometimes you get a blowback.
Yeah. But you stand on what's right. So thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for clearing that up. I added your website information, Ferguson4bcps.com. The email is Ferguson4bcps@gmail.com. Reach out to him if you got any questions. you can hear from the horse's mouth, right? Just
Yes,
yeah, answer back. You know what I'm saying?
And,
So
and we need them to come out and vote. Early
absolutely.
voting starts August 10th through the 18th, and come out and vote August 20th. Windsor Ferguson Jr., District 5.
And you're running in a very historic year for politics of the United States.
Yes.
Be part of history. Be part of history. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. So I had invited a few more folks, waiting to see if anybody else go and check in. As long as I do at least 30 minutes on the show, I feel good. I have a couple other people who said they may be stopping in. I'll give them an opportunity to do that. And I'll spend a few minutes talking about some of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I thought I was going to have at least a little bit of time to talk first, and then the people start coming in. But we have folks that were eager to come on to let their voice, to let you hear what it is that they have to say, to encourage you to go and vote for them in this very historic year that we're living to. We're just seeing all kind of history happen. Some of it good, some of it bad, but it's all happening, right? And I'm excited about it. So my t-shirt today, I'm gonna take this down, and it actually came right on time. Let's see how I can remove this. It came right on time. It came right on time. So my shirt says, my Black job is voting, right? And that's what I need everybody's job to be, whether you Black or not. I need everybody's job to be voting during this election cycle for early voting, and during the primaries, during the early voting. Definitely in November, we need people to turn out. We need for real people to be putting in that work to come out and vote, because we have so many important issues that people need to vote on. Now, so the primaries, you just have the school board folks. You have I think the sheriff folks are on there, because there's like 4 of them on there, so you got to decide which one they're going to be. The clerk of the court, there are like 3 different individuals that's running for that particular seat. There's 2 females in a race, the incumbent, and there's a male in that seat. So you guys have the clerk of the court to vote on. You have the sheriff candidates that's on there. You have all the school board folks that are on that in that seat. There's and I think one of the state house races are on there too. So make sure you request your vote by mail ballot, at least to take a look at it before you actually have to go in, so you'll be prepared. So I got another candidate that came in. So I told you, I sent out these invitations. These people like, I'm coming in to come talk. So the person that I'm about to bring on the stage is Christina Everard. She's running in the city of West Park. That's my adopted home city. So I'm going to bring up Christina Everard. She's running for a seat in West Park. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good. How's everything? Come tell the people what to do, how to vote for you, what you need them to do, what do you want them to know about you before it's time for them to go make that decision.
Yes, hi everyone, and thank you for allowing me the chance to be on your show. It's really a pleasure and a great opportunity. Yes, I'm Christina Everard, candidate for commissioner of West Park for seat number 4. Yeah, I'm a long-term resident of West Park for over 25 years, and I've been in the community, helping people and serving the people of West Park. And I'm also currently the homeowner association for one of the subdivision in West Park, which is the Miami Gardens subdivision. So I currently serve as the homeowner president, and just want to let the people know that I am the choice for seat number 4, to make West Park be the city that it needs to be. West Park needs a change. And our people has been calling for the removal of the red light camera, and also they've been burdened with the high property taxes. But apparently no one is addressing the concerns of the people in West Park. I just want to let the people know that I will be there to advocate for their interests, and my main priority is to put our people first. I am there because it's not because I just want to be there for power, but it's a calling from God to be on that assignment, to be the next commissioner of West Park for seat number 4, to serve my people of West Park, with integrity and excellence.
No, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that work. And so are you is your race on the August ballot or the November ballot?
My race is going to be on November 5th.
November 5th. All
November
right.
ballot.
You guys have a choice to make. Thank you so much for coming in. And so one of the things I wanted to clarify when you said you were a homeowner associate of Miami Gardens, you know, there's a city of Miami Gardens in Miami-Dade County. The Miami Gardens that she's talking about is actually in West Park. It's in Broward County.
Subdivision of West Park.
Yes.
West Park. Yeah, I just want to clarify that West Park has 3 major subdivisions. That's what form West Park. You know, we got Carver Ranches, then we have Lake Forest, and then we have Miami Gardens subdivision. So all those subdivisions came together, and is what now we call West Park.
Okay.
The city of West Park.
All right, thank you for clearing that up. Because when I first heard it, I was like, y'all in Miami too. She's like, no, that's one of the subdivisions in West Park. So thank you so much for stopping in. So Christina Everard, her race is on November the 5th. She'll be on the ballot. Look out, go to her website. So tell me your website so I can add it for people to go and check it out. If you have it, I can add it. If not, then I can put it in the chat afterwards.
Okay, what I have is I have my Facebook page. You can find me on social media at Christina Everard. And also, too, I have another one called Vote for Christina Everard.
Okay, then. Christina Everard on Facebook.
Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay. Oh, and all of that. So you do TikTok videos, too?
Yes, and Instagram.
Okay. So I put a Vote for Christina Everard.
So spread the word to everyone that you come across that live in West Park to support Ms. Everard to be the next candidate for Commissioner of West Park for seat number 4, to bring that change that West Park is longing for. Someone that's humble and willing to serve the people. Again,
all right.
With integrity and excellence.
That's what we're here to see. Thank you so much. And I have another one of the people that's in your district that's coming up on the scene. We're gonna bring up Mara Bowman. She's actually running for school board, seat 1. So thank you so much, Christina. I'm gonna bring up Mara so she can go ahead and introduce herself to the folks. Me and Mara we're gonna have a longer conversation, but I'm gonna let her come on here, spend these 5 minutes, and tell people why they should vote for her and what's going on and what she wants to see and her thoughts about that. And then you're also, Miss Christina, gonna be on that historic ballot on November 5th. That's going to have Kamala Harris as the nominee. I'm certain she's going to get nominated, and she will be the person on the ballot to be the first female president of these here United States of America. So you too got to get Joe Scott to give you a copy of that ballot so you can frame it and put it in your house that your name was on there too.
Amen.
That's being part of such an historic race. I'm so excited. Momentum is there, and we're just so excited about what's to come in the next few months.
Right.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you again.
Right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. How are you, Maura?
I am good, Sandra. How you doing?
All right. So we're going to do a quick 5 minutes, and then me and you, we're going to set up another time so you can come and really get to explore your platform on the show. But today, because of all of the amazing things they're amazing for me, maybe not amazing for some, that's been happening all weekend, with the possibility that Kamala Harris is going to be like the first female president. I mean, women are just we're excited, motivated. People are sending her all kind of crazy amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? I think she's up to $100 million in less than 2 days, which is incredible. And I think that also will help, I hope it will help down ballot, get females in office and everything like that. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what it is that you're running for, and what's your vision for your for District 1.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. My name is Maura McCarthy Bowman. I'm running to represent District 1 on the school board, which includes West Park, Pembroke Park, all of Hollywood, all of Hollandale Beach, Dania Beach up to Griffin, and then Eastern Miramar and Eastern Pembroke Pines. So I am running. I have 4 sons. They all go to public school in District 1. I've lived in District 1 for almost 20 years. I'm the only candidate who is running to represent our district who's lived in our district for any significant amount of time, and I have deep roots there. I also am an attorney. I have my law practice in District 1. My husband works at District 1. So we are very devoted to and very keen on seeing District 1 thrive. And so I've been an activist in public education through, volunteering in my kids' schools. And I had never intended to run for public office, but I was approached and asked to consider doing so because we need strong representation in our district. We are unique in that when the superintendent proposed closing schools, 2 out of the 3 schools that he proposed to close were in District 1 out of the entire county. So we need strong representation in District 1 that understands the value of the communities, what the schools mean to the neighborhoods, that is there to fight and protect our community. And I want to be that person.
Yeah, that's
absolutely vested interest there.
Yeah, that's important, especially 2 of the schools in your area are closing. And are you familiar with the schools, and what was the rationale that they gave for wanting to close 2 schools in one district?
I mean, I think, one of the schools is Olson Middle School. That's the only middle school that they have in Dania Beach. I think there's 3,600 seats available in the 3 middle schools that are in East Hollywood, and there were only 1,800 kids. So they proposed to do that. And then they've also proposed to close and sell Oak Ridge Elementary School, which was comprised mostly of minority, ESOL, and special education students.
And that the whole idea that Oak Ridge is a school that really concerned me a lot when they talked about it, because that school didn't have an enrollment issue, right? That was the school where they said it was like a D or F school, and that's why they wanted to close it. And it's amazing to me, like closing it is what they thought would be the best thing, right? I would think you would want to bring in quality educators, principals, and people that would go in there and do the business of teaching as opposed to pulling them out of the school. What are your thoughts on that? Because I do.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when we, after the announcement was made and we had a community meeting, there was an outpouring of community support, and the parents really came out strong to support the school. And they just got a new principal in November, I believe. Mm-hmm. So when I was knocking doors in that neighborhood, I mean, she was getting compliments just on basic traffic and things like that. I had the opportunity to meet her a couple of months ago. So she just got in there, but I think things are improving. So you're going to close a school when you've just changed administration. And so many parents were happy with the programming that they have. I've actually met teachers there too. I've been knocking on doors. So I think that that was not a great recommendation. And, when you go to that neighborhood, that school is embedded in the neighborhood. So, like to close that school, to sell it, to do something else without having any community input is really going to negatively impact the neighborhood. And you're probably going to drive students out of the public schools too, if you don't have a good, community engagement and buy-in from the stakeholders.
Right. And then the way that some of the schools are built, I'm not as familiar with that school as I am some of the other ones, but I live in a community where like the school is literally in the middle of a development. So if you close it, I just can't figure out what else are you going to put there. Like maybe try to add some more housing. I don't know, but I can't, just the way it's built in a lot of the communities, like in the east side and like Lauderhill and when I go there, they're like in the middle of a neighborhood. And I'm like, and if you do that and you allow maybe some corporation to come in and put something else there, you're changing the whole dynamic of that community to the point where you may price people who've lived there for like 3-4 generations out of their neighborhood by, not taking that part into consideration too. So what are your thoughts on that?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think that if we are going to repurpose in the short term with the eye on getting more kids back into the seats, that we have to, anything that we're going to do would have to be with a community focus. So whatever you're going to use the property for needs to be serving the community, so that you're not changing, or I mean, if you're improving, but so that you're not changing the character of the neighborhood.
Yeah, and improving has to be improving for, because sometimes what I might think is an improvement is not what the community agrees with. So your point that they need that community engagement is so important, because they could be like, I think y'all need this, and they be like, that's the last thing we need, you know. You know, yeah, because
what the community wants. Why are you moving here? This is where your families lived. What is good for you, not what we're telling you is going to
exactly. Because I remember when during that a special election in 21, there was someone had made a decision to put a morgue right in the middle of the neighborhood, right? And I think that particular decision cost one of the candidates the election, but that's just me. That might not be true. But the people are like, we need a hospital, you know, like we need like urgent care, like before you do whatever you're talking about, because they're like, we drive like 30 minutes away to go to a hospital. And for me, I live like less than a mile from a hospital, and there's a few of them here, and their urgent care is almost on like every major corner. So the fact that there are people that are 25 minutes away from a medical facility was like stunning to me. But that's the thing where you should hear from the community, because they're like, we need a hospital, we need an urgent care, we need that, not a morgue. And like I said, I really think that cost one of the candidates the election, but I totally appreciate you saying that they need to get the community's input in whatever decision they're going to make. If it unfortunately comes down that they have to sell that property, they need to let the community decide what that's going to become.
Or just repurpose it, because I don't really support selling the property.
Okay, then. All right. So
listen, the school district owns the most public land in Broward County. And once you get rid of it, you're never getting it back.
You're not getting it back.
How to make it work for you. You can make it make money for you. But I think selling is the absolute last.
Yeah. And I think, but I remember at one of the meetings, somebody was talking about like, there was another, and it might've been like a Jewish school or something. And they were actually looking for space to rent out in order for them to have their school there, because they may have outgrown the space that they were in. So what if someone was maybe interested in signing like a long-term lease in a facility like that? Would that be something? Because I mean, once they get in, I don't know how you get them out unless they get bigger and need more space. But like, do you think that would be an alternative idea for maybe the school district to consider doing?
Right. You'd have to look at what the impact is on the school district too, because if you're going to rent something out to a competitor, if that's the case, I mean, if that's not a competitor and that's like you're going down parallel lines and those kids were never going to your school anyway, maybe that's something to consider. But otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense to just be getting rental income and then losing more kids that are going to that school.
Right. Yeah, those are definitely things to think about.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much. I owe you a call. It's been crazy the last couple of days, because when we spoke, we didn't know what was happening in the next 12 hours, right? Like we saw each other Saturday, and then the world just shifted on us, right? In a good way, I think. You know,
I wasn't taking the Biden sign because I was holding out hope that we were
and we were there like, we're on board, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then like all of a sudden that ship had sailed, or the train stopped, whatever analogy you want to use. But yeah, so because of those things, we didn't make that call on Monday, but I definitely owe you a call, and we're gonna set something up.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. All righty. Bye. All right, so I have another seat one person coming on, Chris Cantor. He's been on the show with us before. He decided to hop back on to do a little bit of chit chat with me. So y'all don't forget that he's on the ballot for the primaries. His seat, his race actually has 3 folks in it, and so they may. I think you guys are definitely going to November, right? Because even though it's nonpartisan, I seriously doubt one person gets 50+1 if that's what's required. So he'll be on the ballot in August, and I believe in November. On top of that, check me if I'm wrong, Chris.
No, I think you're right. So that's my hope. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. That's my hope. I mean, there are 3 of us, so 2 of us will most likely go forward. Just statistically speaking, I think it's going to be really difficult for any one candidate to get to the 51% mark. So it looks like this could be a campaign that draws out through November. And in a way, that may be a good thing, because it gives our constituents and our communities time to really get to know us. And also to kind of see us under the pressure, so to speak, and how we will handle the things that are going to be coming before us.
All right, so introduce yourself for the folks that don't have the pleasure of knowing you, Chris.
Sure.
But
Thanks,
I kind
Sandra.
of threw a question at you right at the beginning without giving you a chance to tell the folks who you are, why you run in, what you think you're going to be able to do, and then talk a little bit about that A they just got too.
Oh, girl. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cantor. I actually have the pleasure of knowing Sandra in many ways, but we serve together on the Grand United PTA Community District 5, which is a community PTA that we started to really support the families in District 5 and starting PTAs because District 5, although I don't live in District 5, really PTA has been my background for a number of years now, and we want to see the PTAs flourish in that area as they should everywhere, right? So my name is Chris. I am a father of two children, a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. The 9-year-old currently attends Broward County schools. 2-year-old will join her soon enough, and after this summer, I feel like it should happen now, but he's still young.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we're really missing in education, I think a lot of, and something I've pushed for years, is fathers in education, right? As a fatherless child, my mother was a single mother. My father had passed before I was born. We were raised in poverty, or I was raised in poverty, and really had the absence of a father in my life. And I've learned from being a PTA president, treasurer, and active in my daughter's school, the role that fathers play, which has really gotten me engaged and involved. And I think that often students like myself, children like myself, are in situations where they don't have father figures. So it's great for us to be sure that we're providing some sort of father figure at the school and at the school level as much as we can. I've served as your vice president for leadership for the Broward County PTA, PTSA for the past 2 years. You've probably seen me advocating at school board meetings on behalf of every student, every child. I'm also a 20-year educator. So I started as a high school English teacher, then went to be an assistant principal, a principal, district level administrator, and now I'm running for school board. And I've most recently worked at Palm Beach Schools in the Title I department, where I oversaw $46 million in federal funding and balance that budget on a daily basis, right? That's going to be the number one work we have to do in the district whenever the year starts, is really getting a balanced budget approach. And I'm ready to do that work. I'm ready to hit the ground running. This is not new to me. I've been doing this for years. Sandra and I actually, before we sat on a PTA together, knew each other from board meetings, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's really vital that we have someone who is active and involved and knows the structure of the board and the complexities, right, that drive many board decisions. So I'm ready to do that work for every single student in this county and to make sure that we have equity across the board.
What's your thoughts on this A they got?
So, I have mixed emotions, right? So first of all, I will say any improvement is great. I'm going to celebrate improvement. I'm going to celebrate an A. That means that we have progressed some, right? Some things to think about, though. Last year, learning gains were not included in the scores, which means this year they were. So I haven't had a chance to fully disaggregate that data, which I'm going to be doing this week. But it looks like learning gains may have saved us. And so a few mixed emotions. An A is great, but if we're getting an A and our students are still behind and we're just getting an A because we're actually moving them a little bit forward, but not all the way forward, we still have plenty of work to do, right? And let's be honest about the Florida report card score. It's an average. It comes out to where averages fall. And many level 1 and level 2 students get what we call caught in the gap, and they become underrepresented or unrepresented. Yeah. So I don't want us to just settle at the district being an A and be like, we're great. Listen, we've got tens of thousands of kids that are in level 1 and level 2 status and below. The goal should be to get every single school to an A, not just to have some and an average of an A, and every single student in this district to a level 1 and level 2. I know testing is not the end all be all, but if we can at least provide them the minimum baseline, we can ensure we're really furthering their education. And so today's a day of celebration, but it doesn't need to be the ceiling. This is the floor. This is where we need to start, and we need to continue to see growth. We can't just stay here and rest on our laurels and be happy. So we've got plenty of work to do still.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that, and what you were saying about how it's an average. So there's some things that are probably done really, really well that's kind of carrying it over. And there might be some important element that's not happening the way it should. And so it's really not telling the full story, because you, like you said, we got to look into it. And, those who aren't benefiting from like A-type education or A-type resources, we have to continue and expose, put that out there, expose that, explain that, and get those services to those those communities. So
yeah, and let's remember, there's a huge learning gap between white male students and black male students, huge. And we really need to address that. We need to sit down and figure out what the systemic issues are that are getting us there. And I think we need to look at possibly doing some professional development for our teachers to also understand how to reach various students and students of a varied and diverse background, right? Because let's be honest, our culture plays a huge part in who we are as individuals. And so if we can get down to that and really start talking about those things that matter, about what makes us us, I think we could see some tremendous gains in our growth, but we gotta be realistic about who we are and where we are.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell them, how can they get in touch with you? I know you probably got some t-shirts to give some people when they go out there and volunteer. I think he can at least give you a bottle of water when you go out there and help, maybe some snacks.
Yep. Listen, child, it's more than one bottle of water. It's so hot. So
it'll be frozen solid ice, and then when you put it on your neck, it's gonna probably just, you know, melt instantaneously because it's so hot outside. But he needs your sweat equity. And you're literally going to be sweating. So how can they get in touch with you, Chris?
So a few ways to get in touch with me. First of all, my webpage is www.votechriscantor.com. You'll see the nice graphics kind of that you see in the background here. On my cell phone is also, it's public information, and I want everyone to have it, 954-995-7748. You can always reach me by text or call. Because it gets so busy, sometimes I respond easier to text.
Say it again, 954-995-7748.
That's it. Yep.
Right.
And then also my email is chris@votechriscantor.com. I definitely love your support, and it's T-E-R, Sandra, sorry.
I know, and I did it right the first time, and then I
just saw that.
Like, I did the website part right, and then I go and I mess up the name when I'm doing the phone number. So
don't even worry about it.
Let me delete those errors and get that fixed. Sorry.
But I'm so thankful for everyone's support. Can definitely use it. We have a lot of work to do. We have some changes that need to be made. We're definitely dealing with the possibility of closing schools. That I'm not in favor of closing one single school if we can help it. We have a budget problem that we're facing. And if you've watched the board meeting after what you saw yesterday, tons of drama, right? I want to get away from the drama. I mean, I don't mean that to be cruel, but the reality is our core business is teaching and learning for students. And we've got to get back to teaching and learning. And that is my background, what I've been trained in for 20 years, and what I look at centering us back around. So,
and just to confirm, that number was 954-995-7748.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
And I appreciate you guys watching the show. I always love your show. Your show, Sandra. It's always great. And good to see Aretha Wimberly here. I'm our president of the Grand United PTA. Thank you for being on and being active. Listen, I will tell you, I want your vote, and I'm gonna ask for it a ton of times. But I want to say this importantly: no matter who you vote for, vote. Because we just heard a president tell us, or a presidential candidate, pardon me, tell us that there are Black jobs and Hispanic jobs and white jobs. All of our job is to be at the polls on August 20th. Yes, Sandra, I agree with you.
Well, my Black job is voting.
Yep. August 20th, we need to be at those polls. And again, on November 5th, the future of our country rests in our hands. Yes. And we need to be sure we embrace that power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when Chris said August 20th, understand that August 20th is the last day you could vote. So early voting starts August 10th, ends August 18th in Broward County. I believe the hours is something like 10 to 7 on all of those days. Miami-Dade, we had some Miami-Dade folks show up here. So Miami-Dade have different times, but they actually have a longer period. They're using like, I think 12 of the days that are available. Nice, so check, but they just have different times. So check Miami-Dade because they start on the 5th. Their early voting starts the 5th. We start, I think, that Saturday, which is the 10th, right? Yep. I think it's that Saturday. We start that Saturday, but the hours are consistent from 10 to 7. August 20th, the last day, and you have to actually vote at your polling site. If you wait until the 20th, you can't go to any of the locations that are in the county.
That's right. And you can always take your early voting, your ballot, if you got the mail-in ballot, you can take it to the polling place if you feel more comfortable that way. But just be sure to vote. It's really important. I'm at the very bottom of, I think, all of my ballots. Very, very bottom one to the left. Their second name down. But at any rate, in all seriousness, vote. It's important. Be sure that we have those dates in mind. And of course, reach out to any of us, Sandra included, if you just have general voting questions as to how to go about that.
Yes, thank you so much. Make sure you vote, everybody. Thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll see you later.
All righty. See, that was not too bad. That was not too bad. I just decided, like, this was the type of show that I was gonna do today. Is that I want to have people start coming in. I wanted to like interview everybody. Some of the folks that you saw were people that I did interview. But because we're getting so close to the time, we want to get you guys introduced, even if you just get a few minutes to see who they are. We're putting in all of their websites, so it gives you an opportunity to check, to at least go on their website, and then you look into them, and if you pull up their names, you're gonna see one of the videos that I did with them if I already interviewed them, and then you can take a look at it and get more information about them, because my interviews are usually are longer, and I give them an opportunity to answer many questions and talk about their platforms and everything like that, right? So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. We're like an hour in. There's another meeting that I should have been in 30 minutes ago, but this was very important. And since the folks were coming in, and it's a couple people calling me, but they're going to have to come on next week, because I don't know if I don't want to start that and end up with a whole nother floodgate of like 5 or 10 more people trying to come in. But I appreciate the folks that showed up and had a conversation with us, introduced themselves to you. All of them consistently said, go vote, go vote, go vote. We got some sisters that's going to be on that historic ballot on November the 5th. We got, we need to support everybody. I'm not endorsing anyone. I'm not telling anybody who you should vote for. I just want you to know as much as you can about all of the candidates in order for you to make an informed decision. Now, there is somebody I'm going to endorse and somebody who I'm going to tell you to vote for. When I'm not going to say if, when Kamala Harris get on that ballot, y'all best to vote for her. Cross party lines, do whatever you got to do. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and do that, because I think the alternative is not truly an alternative. To me, it's absolutely ridiculous that person is even on the ballot, considering the fact that the person is a convicted felon. We have a jury of his peers that's made that decision, and they could try to use all this crazy talk and try to discredit what the jury did. But those people sat there, heard that evidence, and they decided that man was responsible for all 34 of them counts that he had against him, and still have some cases pending. And mind you, we know people who have misdemeanor arrests, not even convictions, that they can't get a job. And if the felon could be the president, then they shouldn't be asking nobody about no crimes they committed when they're applying for jobs. So now that whole idea of banning the box of asking people about their criminal history, which they don't even get an opportunity to explain many a times, shouldn't even be on there if you gonna let a convicted felon be the president of the United States, right? So to me, if there's an endorsement that I'm gonna make, it is gonna be like, I'm gonna need y'all. I don't care if y'all don't really like her like that. I'm gonna need y'all to go on November the 5th. There's going to be an early voting period that's going to be sometime in October. I'm going to need y'all to go in there and allow Kamala Harris to continue the work that Shirley Chisholm, was trying to do when she ran for president in 1972, okay? And if we can be part of the history who 52 years after Shirley Chisholm decided that she was going to be president, to actually make that happen, that's an amazing thing. That means that happened in a matter of a couple generations. So, y'all, that's the endorsement. I said, no, that's the endorsement that I'm going to make. I'm going to need all of y'all. I'm going to need all of y'all to take 5 of your friends, 10 of your friends, and tell them to do the same thing and go ahead and vote for Kamala Harris on that ballot on November 5th. But before we get that, we got primary elections that we got to deal with. We got primary elections for us to deal with. And I'm going to need y'all to get your ballots. Go to the website. If there's somebody on the browardsoe.org to get a sample ballot, if you didn't get a chance to order yours, which you still can, but get that sample ballot, find out what's on there. If you got some questions, you could call me, text me, email me, slide into my DMs and ask me, and I will answer it as objectively as I can. And if I don't have the right kind of answers, I will send you to someone else to either give you a different perspective or help you make a decision that you're trying to make. But we need you. We need all of you. We need all of you to get you, your friends, and everybody else to support the Democratic Party and the candidate for president on November the 5th. All right. So Ms. Wimberly said, I'm already involved with international security affairs. Listen, like I said, I'm going to leave on a note that it's going to be Madam President, and we're going to have a first man not a first lady, come November 5th, 2024. All right. So see you guys next week. Thank you so much for your time. And I truly appreciate you being here with me. Have a good night. Elections have consequences.